Hey, today I want to talk about value stacking because this is one of the secrets of how I'm able to do almost 41% direct bookings and have I think I'm like 4.97 on my overall host rating since 2015. I don't even know how many stays that I've had, but this is absolutely critical for a couple of things. This is how you start to own your customers, right? So all of us are starting out every time that we launch a new listing or we just get involved into short-term rentals as we list on Airbnb and we list on Vrbo. Well, that's like trying to sell products on Amazon where Amazon owns the customer and you and I do not. So the first thing we want to do is we want to own our customer. And that's all going to start with, it's not like with StayFi or capturing emails or putting in a QR code. All that stuff works to build our email list, and that's super important. We'll talk about that later inside of this video. But what happens is we need to start with that very first booking. And I want to stack the personal connection all the way through. But even before the first booking, the first step is, how are you creating your personal account on Airbnb and Vrbo? Are you using your property management brand or your co-hosting brand? Even if you don't work for another company, did you go create a brand because you wanted to build your brand? For me, I think that's not the right way to go down that path. You can have the brand. I have my brand. I have Kiva Vacation Rentals, but you don't see it on my profile photo. You don't see it on Airbnb. You don't see it on Vrbo. It's me personally, whether it's my own properties or my co-hosting properties. And here's why. Look, I'm not trying to exit and build 100 properties to sell to a venture capital firm. And honestly, I don't know anybody that's really worked out very well for anyways. And if they tell you they did, I want to see the documents because they're probably fucking lying to you. So I start with my personal profile and I have a photo with both me and my wife inside of it. And I fill out all the information under the host in both Airbnb and Vrbo in my profile. So that way a potential guest that is really interested in who is going to host them can see why I am doing this, right? They can learn about me. And I've very strategically written the copy to where they can learn things about how we love dogs, we love wine, why we moved from California to Nashville, all these things. It's not just about how we're going to host them, because that's how we make, and here's the key word today, folks, a connection. Connection is the most important thing that we can do with our guests on so many levels, and we're going to take all these small things, and I'm going to teach you deeper into this video about how we're going to value stack them. So it starts with how we build out our profile and the copy and what we're saying to them for those people that are going, potential guests that are going and reading that. The second thing is going to be what happens when that guest requests to book or they actually book. And I'm just going to combine those right together. So just like everybody else, I have a automated hospitable message that goes out directly to them. And it's very personal. It's personalized to them with first name. It's signed off by myself. But inside of that copy, every single time, in almost every message that I send out in all of my templates, it's personalized, but most importantly, I am giving them some personal information as well. One, about myself, and two, is a recommendation when they stay at our property. And that could be the best sushi restaurant, it could be the best fly fishing guides, it could be the best place to rent snow gear, the most romantic sunset spot for selfies or photos with your wife or husband or girlfriend or whatever. But I'm doing two things that are personal in that very first message. Then I'm following that up immediately, if I can, within about 5 minutes. And that is like almost every single time that I am not on an airplane. Literally every single time I'm not on an airplane. I was on my Inner Circle coaching call the other night. We had Kenny Bedwell from SDR Insights as a special guest. He was doing his presentation. I literally got a booking. I turned off my camera. I turned off my mic. Hey, this is Bill. Thanks for booking Sunset Point at Smith Lake. We're very excited to host you. It's my wife and ours second favorite property behind our river property in Montana, but you're going to absolutely love it. I won't be sending any messages for you till about 15 days prior to the booking, but if you have any questions at all, we are here to serve you. So this is my personal cell I'm texting you from. Just wanted to put a name with a face, and if you need anything, just let me know. Super simple video that I send to them. Nobody does that. Why? Because you guys are too fucking lazy. And the larger co-hosts and the larger property management companies are trying to get as many properties as they can, and they're not focusing on their net profit and actually building a legitimate business. They don't have the scale to be able to do it. You can't do this at scale. The things that I do at a boutique level is why I outperform AirDNA, SDR Insights 90th percentile by 50 to 60%. These are the things that build relationships on the onset, because number one, this allows me to make a mistake. It allows me to fail. because I'm building a personal relationship. I'm building a connection. And even though I tell them I'm not sending a message to them until 14, 15 days prior to their check-in, what do you think I'm doing? I'm sending them value add messaging every single week. So if they book 5 weeks in advance, they're going to get like probably 4 emails before we get to that 2 weeks prior to. So I'm going to set the tone, and they're all personalized and they're all about them. Not trying to upsell them, not trying to sell them dinner cruises and, you know, any of the stuff that everybody else is trying to get you to sell on Viator and whatever. I will do that for my clients for free, because ultimately I want to get their information via StayFi when they check into one of my properties. I want to get them into my Market My STR account, into the CRM, and I want to have them fully prepared for the 200-day funnel when they check out. That's why I do a 24-hour house cleaning guarantee. I follow up at 7 a.m. the day after checkout with a very personal, short written message. That's why they get my cell phone number. That's why I check in with them at mid-stay, and I'm always giving them recommendations. And it's why speed, number 3, speed is critical. You cannot take hours to get back to your guests. Well, actually, you can if you want to be a shitty host. Go ahead and take 2 hours to respond to a guest message. Instantaneous. Instantaneous. The faster we respond, the more we get that connection, the better experience they're going to have. And this is super important as number 4, because we get into this zone that happens the day before checkout and then on checkout day to get them to rebook. And especially if you have older clients in an older traditional market, to where, like, I'm in the Outer Banks. I've got 2 properties in the Outer Banks now, very legacy market, right? So talk about speed. Like, the second that you get that Airbnb or Vrbo notification to leave a review, you need to leave the review. And I know a lot of you are going to think, oh, well, Bill, I have to have my cleaners get in there and I got to find out if there's any damage or anything like that. Yeah, no shit. But that should be done by 10:30. So almost all of our checkouts are going to be at 10 a.m. The first part of your cleaning process should be to do a quality control check of the entire house. Televisions, refrigerator, bed frames, glass doors on showers, whatever it is, they should be going through that and they should be communicating with you immediately. This does 2 things for you as a host. 1, when they find something wrong, it gives you time to recover. If you aren't finding out till 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you got a same day turn. Right now, we are in the heart of summer right now, to where every one of your turns should be same day. You have no chance to recover. And I won't bore you with a long story, but I'm going to tell you, this happened to me at a property in Fort Morgan, Alabama, 2.5 hours to Pensacola. I got a photo at like maybe 10:15, 10:20 in the morning from the owner of my cleaning company. We had a rooms to go, queen pull-out sofa. Literally, the frame was all mangled. They couldn't even get it back in. There was no way to salvage it. I had a full house checking in at 4 o'clock. I called Bria, said we need to replace this couch immediately. Get on the phone with rooms to go in Pensacola, probably 2 hours from Fort Morgan. Long story short, we were able to purchase it. We sent our handyman. He went and picked it up, brought it back, got it there right at, I think it was like 4 or 4:30, and plenty of time for the guests that were coming in that day. If I find out about that at 2 o'clock, I don't have a chance to be able to recover. So that's kind of your cleaning quality control ops lesson inside of this video. The second thing this does is when I get that all clear, or that if there's minor damage, sheets or glasses or whatever, that's what Safely's for me, right? So I don't even care up to the guest. I don't complain to them. I don't file a claim on air covers through Airbnb. I just file the claim with Safely, let them take care of it. So I keep the rapport, keep the relationship with the guest. Because most of the time, the booking guest is not the one that's responsible for that stuff. But if you do try to extract money from them, if there is an issue, then they're embarrassed, then they usually will not come back. So when I just let it go, I let Safely take care of it, and then I have my quality control, and as soon as I get that message from Airbnb, as soon as I get that message from Vrbo, I want to be the first one to leave them a 5-star review, because that creates an opportunity for me to send them a direct message. And many times I will text them this message manually as opposed to doing it in platform. Just say, hey, Mike, hopefully you guys are having a safe travels home. Just wanted to thank you again and let you know how much we appreciate you as staying with us. So much so that I just left you a 5-star review, and I hope my family was able to earn the same from you. So all the way back to that personal branding versus using Kiva Vacation Rentals, family makes a deeper connection with them. I sign off that text message. I sign off my last two messages to him, whether it's via email or Airbnb platform, Vrbo platform, whatever that is Bill, Bria, Gentry, and Oakley. I go from Bill to Bill and Bria to Faith Family to Bill, Bria, Gentry, and Oakley. And then I have recommendations from Gentry and Oakley. So if they have kids with them, now I've got even a deeper connection with them. This is how you increase 5-star reviews. This is how you increase the ability to be able to fail and recover from that. And this is how you increase your direct bookings. Now, if you want to learn more about how to do that and go even deeper, I've got some free stuff down below you. You need to go through my 550, 250 masterclass because that is going to show you how you can build a $250,000 a year net income business in less than 5 years with one investment. Look forward to seeing you guys on the next video, which just happens to be right there. Just click that button and check it out.